Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Wednesday, I think. I've lost track of all dates. I don't know what's happening, and it's a wonderful thing. Um, it's snowed today. I'm making this on Tuesday, so I don't know. It snowed. I'm wearing my sweater, got some tea. But now it's dark outside, and I have no idea what's happening because my sleep schedule is still messed up from spring break, and it is 10 o'clock, and I decided to start working now. Um, so yeah, I'm clearly thriving. Um, but yeah, so what we're going to do today is we're going to be looking at kind of using Newton's laws to explain various real world phenomena. So that's a pretty wide open objective, but I just want us to get comfortable applying and kind of stating Newton's laws because on the AP test, a lot of what we're going to be doing, and I have a quick little slide to talk about that, is explaining what's happening. We want to be able to explain our reasoning. We want to be able to explain our physics. So we want to be able to like say, hey, this is this law, this is a physical principle, boom, 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 it's following that law, we're good to go. So what we're going to do today is kind of really quickly talk about the AP test, some of the changes with it. I know what is on the website, so I don't know more than this, but we'll figure it out together, and yeah, that's all we can do. Then I'll kind of preview what our final objective is going to be, and then I'll briefly go over contact forces, and we're going to go a little bit deeper with it. So before, when we talked about contact forces, we were just kind of like, it's a thing, and now we're going to go a little bit deeper and yeah, talk about why they're happening and what's actually going on at a micro scale, and then really briefly talk about Newton's laws, and then you'll be able to do this real world phenomena Newton's laws Google form. So this is a couple objectives in like the AP coursework, but they still haven't made like a AP Physics 1 review video about it, so I have not been able to, or I won't be able to link that because they haven't made one about it yet, and they're not going to. But I think it's something that's worth, sorry, I have tea, so I'm like focusing on that because I just made it. So it's still steeping. I don't want to over steep it. That'd be terrible. So I don't have one that is linked for them yet. But yeah, so for AP Physics 1, the AP exam for you all is going to be May 14th at 3 p.m. Everybody's taking it at the same time, which kind of stinks for some people, but I think 3 p.m. is a pretty decent time. What it's going to be is it's going to be 2 free response questions. The first one, question 1, is 25 minutes to do, then you get 5 minutes to upload it, and then as soon as you upload it, then you can move on to question 2. It is going to be 60% of your total score, and it's going to be the type of question that they call a qualitative quantitative translation question. So it's going to be one of those types of questions. We've done the least of them because they've published the least of them, but it's going to be one of those where they give you either numbers or they give you some sort of situation, and maybe student 1 is arguing with student 2, and you have to say, hey, this person's right because of this, and this student is right because of this, and this is the numbers, I'm going to write an equation for it, or I'll say what's happening. I think the most notable example of this, the one that I remember right off the top of my head, is like when we had the energy with the ramps where we had the total height was h1 plus h2, and it was like, oh, h2 is here and then h1 is here. It's going to slide down and then go from potential to kinetic energy, and then it's going to be a projectile. And we had to figure out like, hey, if you increase h2, the potential is going up. So you had to say a statement of, oh, it's going up because it's gaining height, and then write an equation about that. So it's kind of a good link between numbers and actually understanding and justifying your reasoning. Then question 2 is a little bit less time. You get 15 minutes to do it, and then 5 minutes to upload it, and then that's 40%, and that's one of our paragraph length responses, where we're making these coherent arguments about our phenomena. So when we're doing this, that's not what I wanted. We want to be able to kind of have all of these physics tools in our back pocket. So yeah, we've talked about Newton's laws, but I think it's going to be worthwhile to actually go over them and be like, hey, this is each law, just a little reminder about it, just so that when we're explaining and we're justifying and we're talking about it qualitatively, or justifying our reasoning in our paragraph length response, if there is a question about forces, then we can just right off the bat be like, oh, Newton's first law, boom. So yeah, that's kind of my reasoning for re-going over these, and I think it's just a nice little thing to do. I don't know.